Hello, hello. Hi, Ashish.
Warm Ayurveda greetings.
Oh, crikey. Say that again?
Warm Ayurveda greetings.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I thought that was Indian then. Hello, hello. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me on the Amijo Show today.
Thank you for inviting me. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Any excuse?
Oh, I'm back at you because I love talking to you. Every time we have spent hours talking, and every time I speak to you, you teach me something else about health I didn't know. This, you know so much. You are the font of all health knowledge in my books. Yeah.
You keep
Oh,
gathering, keep learning over the years, as we all do. So, yeah.
so thank you for joining me. Thank you to anyone who's about to tune in. I think it's a few people about to tune in live, but also for anyone watching this later on. So this is my Amigo show, and this is running for the 21 days, hashtag 21 days of this lockdown. Who knows what's going to happen after that? But I figured that I am going to do my bit and tap into your expertise. So expertise of people that really know what they're talking about. They're top of their game. They all happen to be friends of mine as well. So I'm very blessed. And yeah, so we have you today, and we're going to come to you. We've already had an amazing being centered coach. So she talks about Get Naked. Vanessa Louise Moore had an amazing epic top business coach, Andrew Priestley, and I have Reverend Judy Lee coming on. I have Gary Stern, top sales dude. He knows how to nail success no matter what is happening. I also have mindset and reconnection coaches, all sorts. So all on my YouTube channel. But this today is Dr. Ashish Paul, Harley Street doctor. I call you the double doctor.
Yes.
I still think you should use that hashtag. So you have been my client, haven't you? But I still think you should use that hashtag the double doctor.
I'll use that now.
Yay! Excellent. You are, because you're a doctor in medicine, and then you're a doctor in Ayurveda. I mean, truly, incredible. So how are things with you right now?
How are things? I do some, as far as work is concerned or business is concerned, I do some work online. There is teaching that I do online, and I can still do that. And some kind of coaching or health coaching or guiding people through, I've done that for the last couple of weeks. So that was easier to do this way. And I do consultations still online. It's the body work, which is, on hold, the therapy work, the one-on-one work, which will be on hold. And that is a shame, because that's a big part of my work. And also that is something what people really want. And actually at this time, it would be fantastic to give people massage or abhyanga, but we can't.
Can I just share something? I've just had a message I need to share with you. Why don't you offer online workshops for couples or families, so you get like one of my daughters is amazing. She's got great massage fingers. Or couples. I mean, you're stuck together. Wouldn't that be amazing? You could teach massage like this online.
Massage.
And get everyone giving each other massages, like on an evening. Right, there you go.
Could do. I haven't fully yet, because I'm hoping to start something next week, something online regarding my fertility work. So something, I want to do something basic while we are kind of holding our breath and getting through this. So still we can learn a little bit at a time. But this is a great idea. Yes, I can teach or do something fun with kids, actually, because kids are also at home. So we could do some kind of series. But I'm just planning. I'm going to start from Monday and all the way through April. So
Yeah. Well, we can. I'm always coming up with ideas for you, aren't I? I love what you do so much. I'm like I've got to be your biggest fan. I have to be.
Oh.
But yeah, so we can chat later about that, because my brain is, you know how you've worked with me. You know how my brain starts pinging. It's all going on now. I need to tone it down, bring it into the now. So you just said a lovely phrase a minute ago that was hold your breath.
Yeah.
And I think that really epitomizes what people feel like they're doing. So just please, if you can share your 3 top tips, or just any tips that you have for people to look after their health right now.
Yeah, I think that with the whole virus situation, it's almost as if it has caught us by the neck. We can't breathe, we can't move, we are stuck in a situation or in a position or in homes or wherever people are. And it is, I mean, we have been through, as a species, we have been through a lot of communicable diseases and infectious diseases in the past as well. So we are obviously going to survive. But for me, what really brought forward, what you probably have heard me saying it all the time, is to empower ourselves in terms of our health. There is no better time to do that. And there is no other awakening call that we can have than this, right? Because the infectious diseases that we have in the past have been different because we were not as well connected as we are now. So if influenza virus had the capacity to kill millions in 1918, it has more capacity to kill many millions now, because we are more connected and it is more easier to spread. Yeah. So it has really brought forward this idea of health. And I keep saying that it doesn't matter what virus is in front of us, doesn't matter what bacteria, what pathogen, what health challenge we have in front of us. But if we can empower ourselves, if we can equip ourselves, our bodies and our health and our minds, that's the best we can do. Because we are a species same as viruses. They're also trying to survive and mutating and all of that, that's their job. But our job is to make sure we can face them. So I think health-wise, just making sure from now onwards, on a government level, if we haven't been investing as much into healthcare, and we know that we haven't been investing, for example, there is nothing protective that we do, as you know, right? So all our healthcare system is based on symptoms. You have a symptom, you take something, symptom goes away, we think we are healthy. That's not the case, right? So it is about what Ayurveda says, protective healthcare, preventative healthcare, so that we are always ready to fight with the disease, because we don't know where we're going to get it from. Right now, yes, this virus is here and we have a name for it, but otherwise, even if we are walking around in the world, we don't know what we're going to get from someone else, right? So there are so many other viruses and bacteria and communicable diseases we can get. So really bring us our immunity, what we call in Ayurveda, we call it ojas. Yeah. So OJAS, ojas. Ojas means your innate capacity to fight with something. Your body's innate capacity. So it's like immunity. Yeah. And your ojas is the essence of whatever else you're doing, the diet that you take, the mindset that you have, the lifestyle that you have, your daily schedule, how you live your daily life. All of that makes your immunity. And yes, some of it we can push, we can take a lot of, stuff like on short-term basis. Immunity is a long-term thing. We cannot just all of a sudden pump up our immunity, which is why viruses caught many people, sadly, in their tracks in a way that we can't all of a sudden bring up our immunity. It is a lifelong thing, and not just lifelong thing for our lifetime. It comes from generations back behind us. It comes from parents and their parents and so on. So let's equip our health. There should be a huge focus on preventative medicine after this. How can we prevent this from affecting us in future? If anything like this happens again, or anything else happens again, how can we protect ourselves? So
Yeah.
that has really brought my, my focus is, it's like at the forefront of my consciousness is health,
Yeah.
So that's what first thing.
So you gave a long list then of the things we need to build on to get our ojas up. Get your
Yes.
ojas up. There's another hashtag. So get to really build your immunity, and there's a long list, because generally people think of what they eat, and they think of, oh, just being fit and healthy, but actually that's a very vague term, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what was that lovely long list again that you just gave of what people can do right now to, even if they have it, that they can just ensure that they have it as in such a low form as possible.
Yeah. I mean, this is what Ayurveda says, how to live your ideal day. So you're making sure that you are getting up at the right time, you're eating at the right time, you're eating the right kind of food, and you're eating you're sleeping on time, and you're doing some form of exercise. And out of all of that, I think what is highlighting right now is to keep your breath going. So to do some breath work, what we call pranayama in yoga and Ayurveda, and I am huge and big on pranayama. I do that with all my clients and patients. As you know, you probably have seen me at Athena doing that.
Yeah.
So breathing exercises, because that is what is going to give our lungs the vital capacity to deal with it. That is what is going to keep our breath cleaner and healthier. So yeah.
So for anyone watching this, what breath exercise could they do right now to bring down their adrenaline and just calm and center? What could they do right now that you'd recommend?
Yeah. So, and the additional benefit of doing pranayama is that it also works on your mind. So it also helps you to bring the calmness, the stillness that you need in this frantic movement that is happening around us.
Yeah.
So I'll show you one basic one of what people can do. Great. So one is just to breathe in and breathe out. The deep breath in, inhale deeply and exhale deeply. And yoga breath is always through the nose. It's never through the mouth. So you do not breathe in and out through the mouth. You take breath in. Yeah.
So in and out through the nose. That's weird, isn't it? 'Cause not used to doing that.
In and out through the nose, and also making sure that when you take breath in, the stomach inflates. And when you breathe out, the stomach is kind of sucked in. It's a practical thing to remember, because many people are breathing the other way around, which is not the correct way to do. So breathing in and out, this is the first step. And you do it if you cannot slow down otherwise, or if your mind is still kind of racy, you can do it on the count of 3 or 5. So 3, 1, 2, 3 in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out. Yeah. Or you can also do it to the count of 5 and 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out. Yeah, that's a really deep breath, right? So as you can feel, straight away you feel calmer. You slow your breath down, you straight away feel calmer. If otherwise I tell people not to panic, don't think about this, that's exactly what they're going to think about, right? So as we know from NLP, so let's not talk about the word panic. Let's talk about the word calm, keeping us calm.
I agree. There's so many, apparently uncertainty is the top word at the moment being used everywhere. It's uncertainty. So we need certainty, we need calm, and we need tips. We need tips to do stuff like this. You can do this with your kids, can't you? And
absolutely,
if you're just, and I guess sitting on the floor is always better. If you just spend 5 minutes sitting on the floor with your back straight, just relaxed, and then you're grounding a bit more, aren't you? Is that right?
Yeah. So you can either you do it on a yoga mat, or you do it if for some reason you cannot sit on the floor, then sitting on a flat chair so that your spine remains straight and still looser. So it's not about tensing up, it's gentle, but at the same time straight. And you can do this with if you have elderly friends and family or parents, and the young ones like my kids, they do it with me. So pranayama is one of the best ways at this time to keep it's almost like your lungs or your nose is the window to your lungs. So you're breathing through it. So breathe a good breath, which is healthier. Yeah. So this simple one, I'll show you one more, which people can do, which is called alternate nostril breathing. So
Okay.
alternate, because you're alternating between the two nostrils.
Nostrils. Yep. Yep.
And so I'll show you, taking breath in from the right.
I like that. Oh, more. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've done that one with you before. Yeah, that's really good. That is so important. That's so impactful, that one.
So this helps for us to breathe good from both sides, because most of us breathe more from one side than the other nostril. We do not realize this. And this affects the which side of our brain gets developed more. Obviously, the one which is getting more oxygen will get more developed, and we become that sided more. So to keep our both sides of our brain healthier, it's good to breathe in and out from both sides. So this is called Anulom Vilom Pranayama exercise, best to keep yourself healthy. I would also like to say for all of us to keep our homes healthy, the air, the environment that we are in, and we are all inside the house. So making sure that we have cleaner air inside the house, and also giving some fresh air, keeping windows open for a little bit, so that there is fresh exchange of air. And inside, maybe some essential oils that you can diffuse, keeping the cleaning solutions as healthier and eco-friendly that we can use. Yeah. So that will help for us to breathe better, right? And with essential oils, certain essential oils which are good for the breath, for breathing, for example, cinnamon, you can take a drop on your finger and apply it here, because that will help taking in a good breath in.
Okay, that's really, really good. And also food-wise, so if people are fighting, and a lot of my friends have been quite up and down with stress and anxiety this week. So what foods would you recommend to avoid right now that won't help that, to really try and avoid certain foods if you are struggling with your stress levels?
That's very, no, that's very generic, and my advice is also very generic at the moment. But I think if we can keep, eat good breakfast and eat good lunch, and perhaps minimal or no dinner especially for the moment that you are stuck in the house, because there is obviously less movement for people, and you don't probably not doing enough day-to-day activity that you're doing otherwise, so that you do not, all of us do not pile up on that food that we are eating. So good breakfast, good lunch, and perhaps skip the meal in the evening, or just very minimal, something like dal soup or protein-based food, which will, because that helps with the mood as well, that helps with the energy also. So the more carbohydrate-based food you eat, it does give you the high, but it also gives you quite low, right? So people who have mood issues, sugar, to cut out sugar, or really keep a tab on your sugar, because probably people are having more teas and coffees right now to deal with the stress, which is fine, but at least not have the sugar with it, so that at least that you can cut out. So that's a very generic advice as far as food is concerned. Yeah.
And everyone should be drinking hot fluids anyway, shouldn't they, to keep the mouth moist. And one of my best tips that I love the most from you is actually whiskey is good for you on a level. And actually, that's not of all alcohol to drink. That's good. I have become a whiskey drinker thanks to you. No, it's not thanks to you. But I think just a little bit of whiskey at night, just to is apparently it's quite good for you, right? You did tell me that, did I? I was not imagining it.
Actually, brandy is known. It's given when you have colds and coughs. Even people have given even to kids. So we have so many herbal formulas with brandy that you can use with herbs and all of that, and make it a little, or the other one, the hot toddy that we have, that you can use, but medicinally, right? So medicinal quantity is very small, even drop dosages. So we are not talking about drinking on a social way.
Okay. Yeah. I might have a few more than a few drops tonight, but I promise there won't be too many drops. I'm not going to count them in with the pipette.
There are 100 drops in 5 ml.
Are they really? Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'll try not to get to the 1,000 mark then. Oh, okay.
So,
And Anjali, obviously, from a stretching and because you're a Yoda, you're from Yoda
Yoda
expert.
as well.
But yoga expert, and obviously, because I'm a big fan of doing yoga every single morning, and even if you don't know yoga, I have a look on YouTube or just stretch your body in the morning and just get yourself into your physical presence before you start getting raced up in here, which is what a lot of people are doing right now. So is there anything else anything you could recommend with regards to that?
I think yoga wise, I would say just look up, keep it simple. Don't start a difficult regime right now because you are not able to going to get supervision, personal one-on-one, and yoga is always should be started with, we should start with the master. But if you're watching YouTube or something, sun salutation or moon salutations are a fantastic way to kind of stretch the whole body. So you can do sun salutations as fast as you like or as slow as you like. So if you're doing really learning it and want to do it with the breath and you really want to calm your energy, you do it slowly. If you want to do it as an aerobic exercise, you can do it faster. So that's I think very basic from yoga point of view. Sun salutations are one of the best ones because it does involve the whole of the body to move. So because it has a lot of postures involved in it. So sun salutations or moon salutations, which are gentler form of the same exercise, but it's also called moon salutation. So it's calmer. So those we can all try, and a little bit of stretching for sure. Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. I do 3 sun salutations every morning. That's my yoga, but I didn't know there was a moon one. I'm going to look that up. Okay. So, but it's important to do that. I mean, I like to get my exercise done first thing in the morning. So, that is a good time, isn't it, to start your day and just bring yourself, like I say, be present and do some exercise. Fantastic. I'm highly promoting Joe Wicks's videos at the moment. Because he's got all this amazing training. You have to make sure you stretch first and afterwards, which he doesn't always include. But he's got really tough training, but he's got really easy training for people who are seated and can't move, have no lacking ability. And also he's doing a 9 a.m. class for kids, 9 a.m. P with Joe Wicks. So if you look at that online, and I had my 2 out there. I did my training this morning at 8 a.m. But I had my 2 out there at 9 a.m. this morning. Cora was just grumping.
Well, mine too are studying at 9 a.m. They're in their digital schools. So.
Wow, they start at night. They start at 9:30 when they're doing PE. But yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Is there anything else you can think of you'd like to give the viewers that just like a last minute kind of one thought for right now?
The last thought, I think overall, spiritually, or I think how we are all feeling. And as you said, as the time is changing and is the fear of unknown, that we don't know how things are going to shape up. And I think rather than panicking and rather than getting into that, what is going to happen, if we think, okay, these are the few changes I'm going to make for my business going forward, so that we make it a little bit more shock proof of whatever kind. I think looking on the positive, that what can I learn from this and how can I take this opportunity to do the work. For example, I am working on my website at the moment because I am home based, so I'm writing blogs and I'm working on the website, thinking and also talking to people who can support me with that. So that we can doing things that we can practically do rather than thinking about the things which we can't really do anything about, right? So we cannot do anything about the storm that is around us. What we can do is make ourselves stable and hold on to something to get through this. So we will get through this. Everybody get through all sorts of things, but keeping ourselves practically in tune with something, spending time with kids, if you have kids, or if you have some that kind of innocence, or something around you. Or nature is always nice if you can go for a walk, even in your own garden if you can't go out. And then keeping it practical enough, do the things that you can do and focus on that. The things that, if there are accounts which you haven't touched for, or you have receipts to put in order, do that, because those are the practical things we can do to keep our energy really grounded, rather than getting caught up with all of this. I think that's what I am doing, so I would recommend that.
Yeah. I do like a 3-do list. So I think it's 3 things I need to do that I'm going to do that day, and they must be achievable. And that's what you're saying, is that do things that just bring you into the present. It's like, oh, okay, I'm going to do that today. I'm going to do that today. And just, I think 3 is what you should max out at, unless you're a super efficient person, who depends what they are. But I think 3 is the classic, the magic number, isn't it? Thank you so much. So people can follow you, Ashish Veda, everywhere on all channels, and always such a joy to speak to you. I wish you and your family, you've also got twins, haven't you? So I wish you and your family and loved ones lots of love and health, and let's keep in touch anyway. And thank you for joining me today on the Amijo Show.
Thank you, Jo. I will speak to you soon. Thank you.
That'd be great. Bye.
Bye.